Uncertainty. It is a common human experience. I'm sure we have all experienced some form of uncertainty at some point in our lives. Often, people say that it is not if we will experience uncertainty, but rather when we will experience it and face it. I'm sure we have also all experienced uncertainty relating to health. Just like the comic shows, going to the doctor can make us uncertain, and just being there can make us uncertain. And waiting on test results or waiting on an upcoming procedure can lead to high levels of uncertainty. Uncertainty can arise because of an individual's inability to foresee the future or to explain the events of the past. We can have uncertainty due to ambiguous, vague, or unfamiliar circumstances. We can be uncertain about any aspect of life, ranging from our finances to our professional security to our relationships. Ample research also shows that uncertainty is common in illness. We could be uncertain about a prognosis, we could be uncertain about a treatment regimen, how to take our meds, or what our diagnosis actually is. You may have heard the phrase, the only certainty about health is that it is positively uncertain. Communication can also be related to uncertainty, as we might have questions about how to talk to others about health. As you can see from the photo, we might question whether or not we should even tell someone. We can also question who to tell, how to tell, or when to tell about a health event. Different people respond to uncertainty differently. According to theory, the difference lies in the way people manage and cognitively process the uncertainty that we face. This is known as our appraisal of uncertainty. There are two primary ways we might appraise uncertainty. First, individuals can process uncertainty by appraising it as a threat. If we view uncertainty as a threat, we expect negative outcomes. For example, if we are uncertain about an illness, then we might expect the worst possible health outcome. So we view the uncertainty as a threat to our well-being. Second, we can also view uncertainty as an opportunity. An opportunity appraisal implies that even if we have questions, we expect positive outcomes. So even if we don't know the prognosis of our illness, we may view that as an opportunity for healing. In my own research, I have focused primarily on uncertainty in a specific illness context, cancer. There has been a lot of research in this area that has focused on the uncertainties that people experience right when they are diagnosed. And there has also been a great deal of research on the uncertainties that people face as they are navigating treatment. Yet, my work has focused specifically on people's experiences after treatment has been completed. According to the literature, living with, through, and beyond a cancer diagnosis constitutes cancer survivorship. In other words, exploring individuals' experiences throughout a broader cancer continuum. Most of my research has utilized the method of in-depth interviewing to collect data and quotes from participants who have gone through a cancer experience. I will now share with you some quotes from two different research studies that I have conducted that explore individuals' perceptions of uncertainty throughout the cancer continuum. The first study that I will share about explored couples where one member had been diagnosed with cancer in the past. The interviews asked how couples coped and communicated with each other. And this study was unique because it looked at dyadic uncertainty, or uncertainty from both partners and both members of the couple. The first quote, this lymphoma survivor said, "The emotional roller coaster comes after treatment is over. I felt lost and abandoned." And she's describing the uncertainty of completing treatment and the uncertainty that comes after you don't see a doctor regularly. This really speaks to the weight of the uncertainty that she felt at this time. The second quote, this husband said, "Now that I wasn't her caregiver, I lost my place in the book." And he's referring to that after he was no longer her caregiver throughout treatment, he was uncertain about the role that he played in the relationship and the changing relational dynamics. This third quote, this wife of a colon cancer survivor said, "Make up some symptoms, tell a little white lie so you can go have another colonoscopy." The uncertainty that she and her husband faced after treatment was so great that she suggested lying to be able to go in to see the doctor again just to have it reduced. The second study that I will talk about explored young breast cancer survivors under the age of 40. The average age of the women that I interviewed for this study was 33 at the time of diagnosis. They described unique sources of uncertainty due to their life stage and their young age. In this first quote, the woman said that her uncertainty was so great that she gave it a name, post-traumatic cancer syndrome. She went on to describe how her uncertainty about the cancer coming back and about getting back to a normal life actually increased dramatically after she had completed treatment. In this second quote, this woman was actually diagnosed at age 26 while she was pregnant, and she described her uncertainty about communicating with others. Others' reactions, such as, "Can she really have cancer?" actually increased her uncertainty about her own health status. In this next quote, this 29-year-old described her experience as isolating. As she looked around her peer group and hospital waiting room, and she didn't see anyone else in her age group facing cancer. This only increased her uncertainty about why she was going through cancer at such a young age. The number of cancer survivors in the United States has continued to increase, and it is estimated to reach 20 million people by the year 2020. My true hope in this work is that it will help real people who are going through this very real experience, such as my best friend and her family here who are featured in this photo. Thank you so much.